Project Cars Go. Wait, hold up.
Say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Yes, it's not right because we are not talking about Project Cars 1 or Project Cars 2 or Project Cars 3, the new one. We are talking about this mobile game, Project Cars Go. Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video of Octave Gamer. Today we're going to be discussing something different than I usually do on the channel. We're discussing about Project Cars Go, the mobile game which was supposed to be announced like a few years ago, but we don't know what has ever happened to that game, if it's even gonna come out, or maybe it will just come out by next year. So yeah, this is just a video to just help remind everyone that there is a mobile game apart from Project Cars 3, which is proven to be a fan worst to the whole Project Cars community. But yeah, let's forget about Project Cars 3 for now and think about Project Cars Go, because Slightly Mad Studios just have to make this game come out. And yeah, for this game to come out, I'm gonna need you guys to know what predicted features you could find in this game. But before we get through onto the video, guys, please remember to subscribe to the channel and also turn on notifications so that you don't miss out on any of my videos. And I think now we can get started. Okay, so now we are looking at the background of this mobile game, Project Cars Go, as I've said already. Yeah. So this game in 2018, May 2018, by a few websites like Drive Tribe and others, AndroidPolice.com, I think, they announced that Slightly Mad Studios, the game makers of this, had announced that there would be a mobile game for once. Project Cars is one of those big games, racing and realistic racing games like Project Cars 1 and 2, which have sparked everyone. Those two are one of the best. Project Cars 3 recently came out. I mean, not recently, but is coming out. Most people already have the game, but it's not that really much of a hit because they removed the pit stops, fuel usage, and tire wear, which makes the whole point of a realistic racing sim unrealistic. So yeah, fans are not really happy with that. But forget Project Cars 3 for now. We are back onto Project Cars Go. Slightly Mad Studios, the game makers of previous Project Cars 1 and 2 and 3 coming up, and together with Drive Trill making this game, I think it's Drive Trill, they are going to make this game, but we have to know what this game could have, because nobody else knows what's going to be in this game. We don't even know if there is going to be lots of nice things, just like, let's say, realistic racing and online multiplayer, if people really enjoy those stuff in mobile games. Ever since the Project Cars franchise started in 2015, and ever since I explored Project Cars games in 2017, when the Project Cars 2 is about to release, I was really excited for the game. But since then, like 2 weeks later after Project Cars 2 came out, I was like, would there ever be a mobile game? Well, young me, you've been answered. May 2018, the game was to be announced, TBA, to be advised by Slightly Mad Studios. Yeah, so I've been waiting for a mobile game, a Project Cars mobile game, for about 3 years. So this game could actually have that much of a difference on other games. As we know, we've got some proper racing games like Real Racing 3, Grid Autosport, F1 Mobile Racing, and Osloto Racing, you name it. There are a lot of nice racing games, but I can't talk about all of them in just 5 seconds because there's so many good games. But Project Cars Go could actually be the new starting of a Project Cars mobile game. I mean, a racing game, which could actually spark things. It could actually bring challenges to real racing and other games that are there. Sure, maybe Project Cars is on mobile, not GT Sports, which could never be on mobile, possibly. Now, the one question you might ask yourself is that could Project Cars Go challenge top racing games like Real Racing 3, Ocelotto Racing, F1 Mobile Racing, as you all know, and games like Rebel Racing or Asphalt Nitro, which are possibly one of the best I know? The question is, the answer is, I don't know, because those games are really cool to play, and seriously, they are great. I can't deny that. But sometimes you have to get used to something new because they are all pretty good racing games. You have to accept the fact that something new has to come into the franchise of racing games. But most of these racing games that I've mentioned are mostly arcade games because they don't even have pit stops. You can use licensed cars, but the question is that I just don't like those type of games without realism, where there's just online multiplayer, where you can only do one-on-one. That's kind of useless because you need to try out something new, like multiplayer rooms where you can have more than 10 players. Those are great racing games, and I know a lot of racing games where you can have more than 10 players. But for this case, Project Cars 3 does not have pit stops, and if this game was to be released like next year or this year, if possible, then I don't think it would have those type of features because I really hate arcade games. They are just not great at all. So yeah, F1 Mobile Racing could be one of the best, like in terms of F1 games. Okay, why am I talking about F1 games here? Just Real Racing 3 has been a top, what's the word I'm looking for? It's been a top racing game for the past few years, ever since it came out in 2013. Grid Autosport has been a challenger to the world of racing games. Ocelotto Racing is also a pretty fabulous game, in my opinion. Asphalt Nitro pretty much sucks in my opinion. In my opinion, not others to hurt feelings here. But I think giving some racing games a chance, it could be the best thing you can do. But I really hope Project Cars Go is going to be that much successful because pretty much no one ever saw this game coming, and we're gonna have to look at other things. So now we're gonna move on to another part of the video. Yes, now we are on the I think we're on the fourth part of the video. Now we're gonna be looking at screenshots. And now here's an answer for you. Yes, Slightly Mad Studios did release screenshots of the game. So if you haven't seen them yet, we're gonna be reviewing some of the screenshots. And now let's go on to them. Now, as you can see, we've got a GT3 car. I think this is a GT3 or a GT4 car. This is the first screenshot that I saw from Slightly Mad Studios about Project Cars Go. Now, this GT3 car actually looks great. It looks like the game is gonna have high quality because it's a mobile game by Slightly Mad Studios, and you can't complain about that. The frame rate per second, as it shows down there, It's really high, so it looks like we could have some fast racing. And yeah, this first screenshot is actually a nice one. Now let's move on to the second one. Now here we've got another GT3 car. It's the same Ford car. This is actually a good screenshot. Maybe the quality might not look the best, but the screenshots are really perfect, and I think for such a racing game I would be really happy to play a racing game with high quality. And yeah, the frame rate again, frames per second, it is really cool. I mean, Slightly Mad Studios, they're just legends. But some of you might disagree looking at other games like Project Cars. All three Project Cars games are really liked and hated by everyone around the world. Now, let's move on to the third one. I'm sure this is going to be a great one too. Okay, now we've got the Mercedes AMG. I think this track is this track actually looks familiar. I think this is Laguna Seca in the USA. It is one of those nice tracks where World HBK go there, and I can't complain because even this one looks so cool. The AMG is very big, and the frame rate per second 59.8. That's really high quality, and it must go fast. And these screenshots are recorded on an iPhone, I think. Oh, sorry, not recorded. I mean, they were taken on an iPhone. So iPhones have the best quality, in my opinion, because camera quality is so great unless they took it from somewhere. And yeah, this is a good screenshot. The previous track with the Ford car was Brands Hatch, if I'm correct. It looked like Brands Hatch. So let's move on to our fourth screenshot. Let's see how it looks. Okay, we've now got the same Ford, and this is correctly Brands Hatch, as you can see there. Now, this thing, the rear is actually brilliant. Okay, the lights may look a bit horrible, but at least Slightly Mad Studios made the car shape realistic. Okay, some things the sponsors may not look so brilliant, but I think they are pretty good. And yeah, Slightly Mad Studios are gonna do a great job on this. If not, then I don't really know. Maybe we'll just have to say Project Cars Go is cancelled. Not cancelled as in never coming out, but it's just gonna be horrible, in my opinion. Just gonna be horrible if it's cancelled. And yeah, and let's move on to our fifth one. Let's see if it's good. Okay, now here we've got an LMP1 car. This is really getting interesting here. This is the Toyota hybrid Denso car, Toyota Gazoo Racing in short. Toyota Gazoo from South Africa. Good to see that there's some African cars in this game, made in South Africa actually. Toyota Gazoo. So this is in Monza, according to Turn 1 and the big curbs around. This is an official gameplay. You've got the the speedometer, which looks so realistic. The frame rate is 60.2. That's a lot. That's really going to be so interesting. And the truck looks laser scanned. Yeah, it's always great to see trucks being laser scanned. In these modern days of making real games, racing games and soccer games, they are always gonna have like laser scanners to start laser scanning trucks, stadiums. But in terms of racing, we're talking about racing tracks, and laser scanning racing trucks is the best option that any racing game producer can do to make it look realistic, to make racing games look fake. Nobody's gonna play them if they just look so fake. Nobody in this world will play them, and again it would be cancelled. So yeah, LMP1 cars are in the game, luckily, and good to see that they're making use of these cars for Le Mans and European Le Mans series. And yeah, let's go to another one. Okay, now we've got this screenshot. I think this is the penultimate one. The last screenshot that I'm going to show you is going to be how the menu could look. So we've got the Porsche here. It's not really a high quality image. It looks like it's just photo mode, and it would actually be great if there was photo mode in this game. And let's just hope that let's just hope photo mode is there. But this track does look like a road to me. It's not even a track, it's just like a road maybe. So that Porsche really looks good. Just the quality of the picture doesn't look so great because I downloaded it off a site. So apologies for that. Let's just hope that it doesn't bother any of you guys, because yeah, there are not really a lot of good screenshots that are there from the web. Most people didn't find any, just downloaded it off sites. So yeah, this is how it's gonna be. Now let's move on to how the menu is gonna look, and also how the thumbnail does look. Okay, now we've got a screenshot here. This is, I think, how the menus could look. Not the menu, just the load up screen or the splash screen. So this is how it could look, and it actually looks great. We've got the Ford again, we've got a BMW M6, we've got a Bentley in the background there. I'm not sure which track this is, and it says on top there, Project Cars Go. And yeah, Slightly Mad Studios made the background so great. They are really good game makers, I cannot lie. This screenshot, there's nothing much to say because it's taken off an iPhone. And yeah, I just hope for the best that this game could catch a lot of eyes, and let's hope it could bring a challenge to Real Racing 3 or Slaughter Racing Great Autosport, which is a very old game, like 2013 I think, but it's still great. And also it could catch the eyes of F1 Mobile Racing players as well. Now I wanted to explain my custom features, the features that I would predict, but I'll say that in a later video on Project Cars Go. I'll say that in another video. I'll make that video part 2 of Project Cars Go. But for this video, I just wanted to make this about just the introduction of the game, how it is gonna be, possibly, and my predicted features could come in a different video. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, then do remember to smash the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and do subscribe, turn on notifications, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and also if you are not on any of those, you can just chat with me on PSN. It will be in the description. From me, Octave Gamer, it's goodbye.